that, then I face shortness of breath, and then in in that condition, and due to that condition, I'm not able to apply the techniques. So how to break that thing, like?
You know, Raj, honestly, even when we used to have IVAs, our heartbeats were out of our control. So it's absolutely normal to feel scared in such situations, IVAs, presentations. So it's completely okay. Vishali, I think we can do that generalization all apart from here. I think it'll be better for him to understand that.
Yeah. All right. So for generalization, one thing. So this is generalization, right? So you are able to apply those techniques in some situations, but you are not able to generalize it to another one, right? So first thing, you break down. You go step by step. So as we answered with it, it's the similar techniques and similar way you go in a hierarchy. Okay. So maybe a hierarchy will also go if you see in therapy situations or something. First, there is always, spontaneous speech, फिर automatic speech. तो उसमें क्या 1 2 3 4 all this is your automatic speech. How are you? What is your name? I am fine. This is your automatic speech. इसमें you are all good. So that's great. Next comes your prepared narration tasks. Okay, so this is your the situation that you said is a prepared narration task. You know that tomorrow is your presentation. You know tomorrow is your viva. Okay, so preparing for it initially is one of the things because practicing in front of someone you're comfortable with for the viva, you have a mock viva. All these are just some trigger techniques that you can use so that maybe at the time you don't have to anticipate to the extent that you would anticipate. So that is one thing you can always. So it's a process of preparation. So you have mock vivas, you ask some people, you talk to a few people before you actually get in that situation. So that is your they are prepared tasks. Okay, and after that comes your unprepared. So what I'm having with you is completely unprepared. I think you're talking with us right now, and it's great to hear that you are able to apply the situation in various situations. But that is the problem. I think if you can do this unprepared thing well, I'm sure you'll be able to do that one as well. So it will require time and effort, and but over time with practice, it should happen, right? Yeah, Urvisha, you can
Okay,
add.
I'll just add something to this. So, Roshali, as she mentioned, Raj, हायरार्की चालू करना पड़ेगा जहाँ पे आता है, जहाँ पे आप कंफर्टेबल हो, एंड धीरे धीरे, एंड इट डजंट मीन कि घर पे बहुत कंफर्टेबल हूँ, बाहर एकदम अनकंफर्टेबल हूँ तो सीधा वहां पे नहीं जा सकते. उसको और बेबी स्टेप्स में you'll have to break it. And also while practicing, as Roshali said, you practice it, start 1 week पहले से practicing your answers, not just your answers, but I mean if you are studying, सामने से प्रोफेसर क्वेश्चन और क्या कर सकते हैं, तुम्हें पता है ये आंसर बोलूंगा तो शायद ऐसा कुछ वापस सवाल करेंगे, तो practice that also, so it's not a burden all at once on you in that moment. Making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
One more thing I'll just add on. So it's not pertaining to this question per se, but what in my clinical experience, what I have found that many patients and many people who have been, benefited is while practicing. When we say practice karo, हमेशा खुद का record करना आवाज या फिर every time your speech has to be recorded and you listen to it again and again. So what our brain does is it's very natural for everyone. The more I practice, the better it will be. Why? Because of the motor learning that happens, right? Our brain सिग्नल जाता है कि मुझे बात करना है, वहां से ब्रेन के मोटर एरिया में जाएगा एंड देन स्पीच में आएगा, right? So that motor learning is going to keep on happening. Hello, me, can
Right,
you
right.
hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
I can
Okay,
hear
you
you.
guys are stuck. Oh, sorry. So this motor learning, it will help you. So suppose as simple as, I think many other people can also like pay attention to this thing. So I know that I do not stutter or I don't stammer on saying ABCD or suppose saying 1 to 100. Okay, so I'll do those counting or read a particular paragraph, record it. I don't stammer in 1 to 10. I listen to my own speech every day. What happens is feedback occurs. Okay, feedback and the confidence that yeah, I did it. So today I read this much passage from a newspaper. I read it really well. I got 4 disfluencies in between, but it was fine. Tomorrow I'm going to read the same paragraph. Okay, this is called consistency effect. Okay, it really works. So tomorrow, if I read the same paragraph, I'll see that I got only two disfluencies, or sometimes maybe five, six disfluencies, more also. It can be possible. But you will see over time, due to motoric learning, it will reduce. This is the consistency effect. So before your presentations or before your vivas, you know this is going to happen. So this is the way you can prepare in advance. It's an extra thing. It's an extra effort, which I completely agree. It's very easy to say and difficult to actually do it because है उतना ही काम नहीं होता है और ये सब एक्स्ट्रा काम मुझसे करवा रहे हैं but it is something which you need to do because if you want to improve then this is it like speech आपके हाथ में है no one else has your speech like I want to say 1 2 3 4 5 I can also say 1 2 3 4 5 I can also say it like this I can also say it that way same is for you you can also say 1 2 3 4 5 you can also say 1 2 similarly right so it's all under your control have that confidence first right that it's under your control and you can do it did I answer you want to ask anything else Raj do you want to know anything more and elaborate
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your advices. And about that hierarchy part, I want to ask one more thing. Like when we are in the beginning stages of that, like talking alone properly or with one or two friends, and suddenly if we find that we we possibly will face some difficult situation soon, then should we avoid that, or like should we speed up our uh, hierarchical progress?
Okay,
right
can I answer that, Roshali?
yes
It's
sure
something I've been asked before, that's why.
yeah
Okay, first thing, never try to speed it out. If you, I don't know if you saw the vicious cycle which Roshali was showing on the screen. If you can put it up, Roshali, again. When you
yeah
try to force out a stutter-free speech, matlab, zabardasti you try to bas, bol ke khatam karu, just get done with it. It is only going to happen more. It's going to happen double, in fact, than what it was already happening. So never do that. If you're facing a difficult situation, suddenly कुछ maybe they asked you something या कुछ ऐसा हुआ जहाँ पे आपको बहुत ज़्यादा difficulty हुआ, take a pause. Instead of finishing it off, take a pause. I know it's difficult in that flow of a conversation, but that's what you'll have to learn to do. Take a pause, you do your breathing, you try to it's not it's all a quick this thing, okay? I'm saying, relax, then you start your prolongation or whichever techniques that you've learned, and then you start talking again. Especially, I think it should be a good practice for you if you are doing this with your friends. Friends who know that you have this problem and are quite supportive. So it's a good environment to start practicing this in. So I think that is a very that is the answer for you. Never go all out and try to just finish it off. Take a pause, relax, be it alert. You'll have to be consciously alert that okay, now I really need to use my technique again, and you start again with whatever you were talking about.
I had actually some other kind of doubt, like I like I stammer while talking to a stranger when my father is with me, but but when he's not with me, then it's not so much. So should I avoid that difficult situation by telling my father to not come with me, or should I not avoid it?
Raj, do you? I think you can answer this question for yourself. What do you think should be ideally done?
today you will avoid tomorrow you will avoid day after tomorrow what will you do
Okay, but then then it's not a hierarchical thing, like right? Like I I
Okay.
could have practiced in an easy situation, but I'm still going for the difficult one in such case.
Okay. Risha, you want to say?
Yeah. So I don't think you are going for the difficult one. I mean, it's a natural situation. You've gone out, your father is accompanying you. Hoga, right? It's natural. So what you can do is practice double when you are alone, when you are alone with strangers. Maybe you've just gone down, कुछ सब्जी लेने आप गए हो, कुछ मेडिकल से लेने गए हो. Try talking to रास्ते पे on purpose, जानबूझ के strangers से बात करने की try करो. मेडिकल में आपने दुकान वाले से बात. I hope Hindi is okay with you all. Raj, Hindi is okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. दुकान वाले से बात किया कि आपको जो भी चाहिए था आपने लिया. कभी कभी ट्राई जस्ट टू पुट योर सेल्फ इन दैट प्लेस, कि मैं स्ट्रेंजर से और थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस करूं. जानबूझ के गलत चेंज दिया सो दैट यू हैव टू इंक्रीज योर कॉन्वर्जेशन. आप वापस आ रहे हो रास्ते में, जस्ट आस्क समबडी के अरे यहाँ पे कैसे जाना है. बिकॉज आप ऐसे ही रोज उठ के बाहर जा स्ट्रेंजर से बात नहीं कर सकते, राइट? सो यू हैव टू फाइंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज to talk to strangers to get yourself used to. And then maybe one day when you're with your father, try going back to the experience you had when you were alone, talking fluently, you were confident, you could say it well. And now you just have to try and replicate it, being the same way, the relaxed that you were. And then, with your father, try. And it will take time, as we've mentioned. And it's a key. It does take time, it does take practice.
Right. And the hierarchy that we say, the hierarchy is for your practice. Okay. So I want to get fluent, so I cannot directly get there. That is the hierarchy. So practice करते वक्त वाला hierarchy हमने आपको बताया. Situations जो daily आ रहे हैं उन्हें avoid करना है या उनसे दूर हटना है, ये बात नहीं है. This is for yourself to set your goals कि मैं आज इतना कर पा रहा हूँ, कल मैं इनके सामने बात कर पाऊंगा, परसों मैं इतना कर पाऊंगा. तो ये कल परसों नहीं होता, ये कुछ टाइम लगता है, बट द हायरार्की इज इन दैट वे. यू आर nowhere supposed to avoid the situations. That's not supposed to be done, right? So one more thing I would like to add is आपने जो cycle देखा, most of the things in the cycle are beyond your control. Like it's of course under your control, it's under your emotional and psychological control. बट जो सबसे क्विक एंड इजी हो सकता है इज जस्ट वन पॉइंट जहाँ पे ब्रीदिंग और इनकोऑर्डिनेशन था, ओके, बीच में. तो अगर आप उस चीज पे फोकस करना स्टार्ट कर सकते हो, यू कैन स्टार्ट एक्चुअली वर्किंग ऑन दैट व्हेन सच सिचुएशंस कम. आपको पता नहीं है, आपका हायरार्की से बाहर हो गया, बट एट दैट मोमेंट व्हाट यू कैन डू इज वर्क ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग. So you are going to pause, you're going to make your breathing, you're making sure that you're going to prolong, you will use your airflow, you will do all these things at that moment. Okay, and then you will try that. ठीक है, आपका स्पीच अभी स्मूथ हुआ, कल ठीक होगा, फाइन. सो दैट इज द मीनिंग दैट वी से अबाउट हायरार्की. डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड, राज? डिड यू गेट इट?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Thank
great.
you for your advices. I will definitely try to apply them.
Superb. That was super fluent, Raj. Great.